My name is Gary Fields, and I am a reporter on the democracy team for the Associated Press based in Washington, D.C. You know, one of the jobs I've got is to actually look at the kind of legislation, look at the kind of steps that states are taking to either open access to voting or make it more difficult. But because we are waiting to see what the Supreme Court's going to do, whether it's going to strengthen or weaken the Voting Rights Act that still exists, we decided, why don't we go look and talk to some of the people from that era about what was going through their minds, what were they thinking, why did they think voting rights was so important then, why were they participating, why were they willing to risk everything. What I can say is, after having talked to these individuals and to a number of other people
the church in Birmingham
about why voting rights was so important, the reason for why they were so important then hasn't changed now. In a democracy or a republic such as ourselves, the vote is the thing that you have that is the coin of the realm that allows you to say, I'm a full participant in this society, in this endeavor that we call the United States of America. When this law was passed in 1965, it came with conditions. And one of the primary conditions was you had to come back to Congress every 10 years to get it renewed. That 10 years then kind of rolled into court challenges because people kept pushing the envelope, and they finally got a court that would allow them to open the envelope, steam it, and burn it. And that happened in 2013. And that was the Shelby County versus Holder decision. What spurred my interest to do this story was when I looked at 2013, hindsight being 2020, you can actually see the things that have happened since that Supreme Court decision. So it's not like we had to guess whether or not everybody would do, by our definition, the right thing and make sure that everybody can be full participants. So I looked at that and said, we're standing at the edge of another Supreme Court decision. I don't know what that decision is going to say. I don't know whether the court's going to actually stop now because it learned the last time. I don't know whether the court's going to go ahead and say, we don't really need a Voting Rights Act anymore. That should be left up to the states, and that should be left up to the local jurisdictions. I don't know what they're going to say, but I thought it would be important to hear why, if they are leaning that way, why it was important for the people that fought and spilled their blood to have a say on why they did it the first time and why they still think that it's an important process.